Hi, good morning everyone. Joella May here. Don't forget to like and subscribe down at the bottom. I know it's a different background. I'm staying in my nephew's room while he's out of town so I can help my sister with her other kids and everything. So where do I start? So I haven't been doing I haven't been doing my reflections. I still do my meditations. Inspired by Dr. Joe Dispenza, of course. Every time I try to do another meditation, like, where's the voice? Or the voice isn't as direct, or it isn't as empowering. I don't know. But, I was feeling a little off, so I decided that I needed to make a video. Because as I was doing today's meditation, I was doing the Alchemist one, with the breathing exercise and everything. I was like realizing that even though because I wasn't doing my reflections anymore, my video blogs, my days and nights, I know they were running together before, but they're running together a little bit more now. Now, that could be just a domino effect of helping my sister, and with her concussion brain, it makes me fuzzy too, because we kind of really sink in when we're together. And it's an interesting flow. I enjoy it immensely, having someone that I can connect with 100%. She's really the only person that I've ever been able to connect with 100%. I mean, I've had friends over the years, but then we've always had different blockages or relationships, or there's been different blockages. I mean, don't get me wrong, my sister and my relationship wasn't perfect in the beginning. It's only now where we're really being able to connect better, because we're able to, how do I put it? The mom connection, and trying to better our lives for our children and better our children's lives, I think is what brings us really close together, in that aspect. And the fact that we have very similar outlooks on life and reflections. Her journey and my journey have been very parallel through our entire lives, and it's a pretty amazing thing now that we're on a more coherent, that's the part about doing these without edits. I don't always find my words, because it's been a little while, where our consciousness can, connect. I need to go and get my morning drink. Yeah, I have it in the car. I'm traveling. I have a few things in the room with me, but most of my stuff still is in the car. Ooh, excuse me. So I think it's probably been a week since my last vlog. Yeah, because I think my last vlog was when I did the fire walk, which was last Saturday. And today's Saturday, so that's exactly a week. And since I haven't been doing any video vlogging, I haven't had any reflections of my week this week to look back on, because I haven't been journaling. It's a little more difficult to do that when I'm traveling a lot. It's a lot easier to do videos when I'm traveling. That's why I enjoy doing it this way. I just know that it uses a lot of memory on my phone. But that's why I got the new phone, right? I've already used half my memory on my phone, and I've only had it 4 months. So I find that interesting. I'm gonna have to get my computer working soon so I can download all the videos off my phone. Yeah, I don't know how that technical stuff works yet with once I put it into YouTube, if it will break the link if I take it off my phone, because I know sometimes when I do pictures on Facebook, if I take it off my phone it breaks the link and then I can't find the picture anymore. So I've lost a lot of pictures over the years like that because of that. Yeah, I'm just kind of like dumping a little bit right now, trying to get things out of my head. My teeth look extra nice today, I think. I don't know. Why does that bring that into reflection? I've been teaching my niece how to brush her teeth, so we've been brushing her teeth like 4 times a day, so yeah. It's good for me, it's good for her. Yeah. One of the many little things that, because my son's older, so I don't do all those little things with him. I missed all those little things and teaching a kid how to do things for themselves. Last night we ate artichokes together and we did a little TikTok video about it. It was fun. And when we were eating the artichokes, we were watching videos on how to make artichokes, and so she could understand, more of what it was and everything. She loved that. We watched like 3 different artichoke videos while we were eating the artichokes. It was so cool. So today, because when I was going to bed, I noticed a candy wrapper on the floor. So that means she snuck a piece of candy. So today we're going to watch videos about sugar and what it does to your body. And then hopefully that will give her a better understanding of what she's doing to herself when she sneaks candy. I bring it up because this was a big issue with my son too. Not to the extent with her. Everyone's different, If your kid has siblings or half siblings, they're gonna teach your little ones how to sneak. That's where they learn their sneaky stuff. See, I didn't grow up with my siblings. I didn't learn how to do sneaky stuff like that. I didn't need to. I didn't understand the point in it. Being with my sisters and her kids, my nieces and nephew, I see it so much now, and I'm just like trying to understand how that works. Like, why? What's the why of it? And it's also helping me reflect reflect upon my dynamic with my husband, and after the split and everything, and being able to look back on things, because he grew up with siblings and half siblings, or no, siblings by marriage. So he learned how to do extra sneaky things, like to a higher degree than my nieces and nephew, or my son and his half siblings when they visited. I didn't realize how devious little kids can be, because I grew up on my own, so I grew up more out of just curiosity, because I was almost always by myself. My mom worked all the time, so I was just always trying to find different ways to entertain myself without being destructive, because I didn't understand the point of destructiveness. that I can remember. I don't know. What was it like? It's hard to say. But it's been an interesting reflection for me to look at and see the dynamics of the kids. Because it's like, you know, adults, we can say things to each other and then we're like, oh, okay. But kids, you can say it to them and we're like, oh, okay, but I'm still going to do what I want and I didn't really want to hear what you had to say. It doesn't really matter to me. And it's like, No matter how much in this world we think we know, we really don't know. And, it's on the ways that it's still a control thing. Is it an ego thing? I don't know. And just want to teach others how to care about themselves more. Because, like last week, totally before I ever came to visit, I had a situation with a new client, and I was giving him a massage. And there were some things that he said that, like, I guess triggered me and bothered me. Like, I know that I'm I can be a very charismatic person when I'm like, in my happy place. And, eating fire and everything, that put me in my happy place, where I hadn't been in my happy place in over a year. So I was like, okay, cool. But then when I was massaging this new client, made a few comments during the massage that, like, triggered me. The first comment he made was, he said, how did he put it exactly? He's like, you give a very sensual massage. I really like that. And I was like, okay. How do I take that? Is he trying to flirt with me? Because most of my clients, when they start saying things like that, it's like, yeah. And then, walking around the table and doing the joint moves and stuff. And then when I was working on the back, I didn't have to slide the hand over or whatever. He touched my leg. Like, not just like brushed my leg. He like gripped my leg like that. And I was like, it kind of bothered me. I moved away slowly. I didn't use my hand to literally take his hand off. I just kind of moved my leg away and just kept working around the table. But then when I got to the other side, to the other arm, he did it again. I'm like, okay, this is weird. And then, there was like all these little things. And then he made the comment about taking the towel off. And I was like, no. Yeah, that, like, really, I almost wanted to stop the massage right then because I thought he was getting way too flirty with me. And I didn't understand it. Because it was the first time I was working with this client. So, and I'm used to when my clients start to flirt with me, like, when they start to respond to me like that I consider it flirting because usually there's more that leads into it. So when he asked me to take the towel off and I said no, I like stepped back for a minute from the table, but then I was like, okay, let me just finish my professional massage because this is what I do. This is my living. It's a new client. We'll just kind of work it through. And then when the massage was over and everything was fine. And then later I was having a couple days later, or the day after or something, I don't remember, when I was going to sleep or whatever, it was bothering me. And then the next day when I was driving, because when I'm driving, that's when all my thoughts come back into my head about the day, and you have the life recordings that come back forth, because you can't really do meditations while driving because you can't close your eyes. It's kind of a driving hazard. I would love to do meditations while I'm driving so I can, like, relax my reflections. I'll do affirmation music when I'm driving to keep me calm and in present state, yeah, to keep myself in my present state. Like, I love listening to Activation Vibrations by Heather. They're freaking awesome. There's a lot of other singers I love, like Deja Dova, if I say that right. I don't know. So that helps me a lot in keeping me in the driving mode. But the thoughts kept popping up. So, and going through everything right now, I'm so awkward with expressing myself to other people, especially in a text. I've never liked just texting because I always feel like there's like this much that's not being explained. Or actually, it's more like this much that doesn't get explained in a text, you know? I mean, it's fine for quick responses like, hey, I'm 5 minutes away, or da-da-da-da, you know? But when you're trying to have a real conversation with someone and they're only texting you, that's not a real conversation. That's depictating words. And yeah, because you don't see the emotion, you don't feel the emotion in the words. When you're just looking at black and white words, you put your own emotions into it. It has nothing to do with what the person's saying. You might think it does, but it's really your own reflections you're putting into those words you're seeing, and because you're not responding with the person that you're talking to in the same way. It's just like, because my sister with her concussion, we've been voice texting more than word texting, and it comes out a lot easier. Like, it's a lot more flowy, like we can understand each other a lot better because we can hear in the tone of our voices and how we're doing and what's going on, in the sincerity and the love behind the words and the acknowledgments. When you're just texting, you don't get that. And I'm noticing that that's one of the biggest, I mean, I've known it for a long time, but I've noticed that it's really one of the things that breaks up communication, because it puts all these other implications in of thoughts that really aren't part of the conversation, and then conversations go sideways. It's just a personal reflection. I would love to hear your comments about that, what you think about communication and communication skills. But let's see, back up to the alchemist meditation this morning. So when I was doing the meditation and the breathing exercises, because I would say this past week, I've only been doing like relaxing meditations. I haven't been doing the breathing ones. And maybe that's why I've been feeling a little more discombobulated. I'm not sure. But I know when I listened to the Alchemist one today, I got a lot more relaxed. I noticed I was very heady, meaning my thoughts didn't stop coming in. Before, when I was doing the meditation reflections and I was like really in the middle of it, I was able to just release my thoughts a lot better. Now, when the thoughts kept coming in, I was flowing them out. I did fade out at the end of the meditation, so I know there was a point where I was able to fully let go, because I woke up and there was a different meditation playing. It was just some binary beats, and I was like, okay, I guess I woke up earlier than I thought. That works. I'm good with that. And I really loved listening to the Alchemist meditation today. It really helped me. It motivated me to want to do this video today, because I was realizing that I still need to do this. Even though I completed my 60-day guided meditation commitment that I had originally made for myself, I still need to do video blogs every day. So I it's a way of me checking myself that I am going through the process that I need to go through. And the reason why I say that is because I've been starting this new job venture, but I've been dragging my feet with it for the past week or 2 weeks, 14 days, something, I don't know exactly. Getting all the paperwork done and stuff. Like, I wasn't intentionally dragging my feet until I got up to Pennsylvania to help my sister. Because I've been running around so much these past 2 weeks, because last weekend I did the fire walk. I went all the way out of town to Atlanta, then I went home, and then the very next day I drove up to Pennsylvania. So I haven't had that check-in time for myself. And I noticed that I'm slacking in my intention for my manifestation of my moving forward in abundance. Things still come to me all the time, but not as fluidly as they were 2 weeks ago. And yeah, so I'm gonna work on making a new commitment after I leave my sister's, because today's Saturday, I have Sunday, Monday. So on Tuesday I'm gonna make a new commitment for video blogs again. I'm just not sure. I don't think I'm gonna continue just doing Dr. Joe Dispenza's meditations. I'm going to add something to it because, like I said, I'm going to be going to Arcadia. I know they're having some location issues right now, but I'm still going. I'm really excited about that. And so I want to get more into Aubrey Marcus and his podcast and all that, and with the special speakers that'll be at the event and everything. So I want to work on doing that starting Tuesday, as it's a little too distracting with all the kids to do that. Over these next couple of days, I'm going to be focusing more on helping them and their coping skills for their anger management. And yeah, while I was doing the alchemy meditation, I was just thinking about how much my niece would enjoy doing meditations with me. I was like, if she enjoyed watching the artichoke videos with me last night, she would enjoy the meditations with me. Because when I first started my new job and I was doing one of the webinars and we were doing one of the belief tests, she was doing it with me. She was listening to the webinar and she was excited about listening with me. So I want to teach her a few more coping skills for life before I leave. So I'm going to be focusing on that for the next couple of days. I really wish I could edit this video because half of it I really don't want to post, but at the same time I just want to post the video because I made it. Because it's a document in time for me. I can look back on the day and say, yeah, okay, there was that sentence. That's what I needed to work on. It's interesting the things that go through our heads when we're doing a meditation, and then, we try to breathe them out. How much louder our thoughts can get than Dr. Joe Dispenza's voice. And then you take the next breath, and then your thoughts kind of go down, and then his voice goes up. I don't know. That's what happened to me today. I was noticing that when my thoughts were flowing through me. So I didn't want to hold on to any one thought. So as soon as it came in, I would hear his voice when it helped me release the thought. I probably went through about 50 different thoughts today, thoughts that I haven't even gone through before. And maybe that's why I needed to go through them during the meditation process, because I've been so busy with other things that I haven't had those kinds of reflections. I don't know. It's just an analogy. It's not an absolute, you know. I'm making these videos to share my awareness. It's not to say, oh, you have to be this or be that, because I don't even know how to be most of the time. I just know that I'm coming to a certain level of understanding in life, and it's more enjoyable to see other people come to a similar understanding, because I won't say the same, because none of us think the same. You know, not one person is the same, identical. We can all have very similar attributes and similar concepts, but we're never exactly the same. Like, even though my sister and I think a lot alike, we will never think exactly alike. Like, we pretty much have the same taste in food and the same taste in clothes, you know, but I wouldn't say we have the same taste in everything. She does have a different style and flair than I do, you know, we all do, but we're able to use our similarities as a positive vibe to help each other grow and flourish. Yeah, I know, I don't like those snacks behind me. But that's a whole nother discussion. You know, when I move on to nutrition videos, that'll be another thing. I've done a few little TikTok things, like my 10 benefits of soursop and stuff like that. I'll be getting more into things like that once I get my new business venture off the ground. You know, I have about 3 or 4 ventures that I have on my plate, but I'm just factoring one in at a time, and then once it's working, and then I'll bring the other one in and bring the other one in, because they all pretty much relate to each other in a way, I guess you could say. I think that's okay. I know that's one of the reasons why it's been so hard for me to put all of my ideas into fruition, because there's so many different attributes to each one. Like, for example, I always wanted to write a magazine. What do I want to write the magazine about? It's about helping others. But that's not going to be the title, because the only way you can help someone is through my own journey and what I do, and share my experiences, and learning how to put that into wording in a fluid way is why I'm going through this healing process. Because I tried to start my magazine a couple years ago with a group of people that weren't in my flow or in my thought process or understanding my missions, you know, when I wanted to work on the mission statement for the magazine. They weren't connecting with me with the mission statement, so everything just kind of fell apart because they didn't believe in what I was trying to do. I thought they did, but, you know, that's what I'm saying. Like, we can all have similar paths, but then be very different. So eventually it'll come into fruition, but then, of course, I'm also working on my divine herbs and art. As you know, I want to be a professional artist, so I've been working with that. I've always studied herbs, and I've always studied chakras and colors and foods, and so I'm doing a little more research to get all that together, practice being more fluid in all those different facets of my journey. Once I become more fluid in all of them, then I'll be able to put the magazine together and it'll just fall into place. And I'm sure the universe will like say, okay, here, do this for the magazine. And I'll be like, okay. You know, but I know I'm not there yet emotionally because I'm still going through this healing process, and that's why I'm doing these video blogs so I don't forget what I'm working towards and the steps that I've done each day. You know, because sometimes when we get busy in day-to-day life, we let go of who we are. We give our power away temporarily. But when we come back to center and acknowledge it, then we can draw our power back in. But we have to remember to clean our power when we draw it back in, because it's always going to pick up debris and residuals from the essence in the air and other energies. Because they all connect, they all attract, you know. That's why water, when it flows, it kind of groups together, or dust, it kind of groups together. Or you'll see, or like birds, they kind of group together. It's this kind of domino effect thing. Things just kind of flow in a certain way. Like if you drop a wave in the lake, it's all going to ripple in the same direction. But if you're doing it in different ways, then you're getting these strange little waves. But once people stop throwing, then the water calms down and it's all smooth and glassy, because it's able to work for itself instead of having the push. So yeah, I like to feel like the lake when it's calm and glassy. So I don't know where I'm going with this. I'm all rambled out. Thank you so much for listening to me. I just had to kind of talk out how I was feeling this morning a little bit. Did I go into a direction? Not really. But let's see. What is today's message? Today's message for this video is, it says 3303. Today's message is, remember the steps that you take to better yourself in your journey. Don't let them go and don't skip them. Even when you complete something, you know, like a task that you give yourself to do, like I did, don't stop after you completed your task. Continue to do it every day of every moment. Because when you stop those little things, other things start that you might not intend to start. Or other things will stop that you don't intend to stop. So keep doing everything that you do, and then just add to it. Sometimes we can trade some things out, but know that when you're trading one thought out for the next, that it's to better yourself and to better life and to better your flow in life. I hope that makes sense. And I've missed saying I love you. And I love me. And you love you. And I'll do me. And you do you. And we'll be good. Yeah, baby. All right, you beautiful souls. You have an amazing grand rising today.